So yeah, some people want to change in a relationship and some people don't. Sometimes what's often the case here on planet Earth in this time period where there's a lot of like heavy energy and dark, so to speak, unconsciousness. There's two unconscious people in a relationship and they're both unknowingly slash unconsciously acting out patterns and behaviors forged from the experiences and the traumas from their past and their childhood especially. So usually there's like the whole thing scenario called like the perpetrator slash victim mode, where one or both of them are victims at different times or at the same time, and there's arguments and conflict and resistance where the head triumphs over the heart and people are in a state of fight or flight and adrenal panic, and basically they're in their brains, the amygdala, part of the brain is fired up in fight or flight mode, which stops rational thinking instead of the hippocampus. So often or sometimes it's the case where one person thinks that they're the predominant victim and the other person's the baddie. And sometimes this is the case. For example, sometimes someone's trauma may bring them about to withdraw or seek solitude or quietness, to recover, to regain themselves quietly. But another person's trauma could be becoming confrontational or even verbally, physically or emotionally abusive. So in the relationships that I've predominantly known or at least been in, they haven't been particularly like terribly one-sided abuse. It's more like just two people being unconsciously reactive and triggered, and the different levels of who or how. Usually it's me who felt like the victim, typically, but luckily I've overcome that through contemplation and reflection and with the help of various human people I've come in contact with, and just asking for answers or praying, and just various healers who've helped me too. So when you end the cycle and you become aware of, when I became aware of my triggers and traumas from childhood and my reactive behavior and the things that weren't working, I basically made the same mistake over and over, like hundreds and thousands of mistakes basically. But the objective for me in life is to learn from my mistakes. So little by little by little, I'd start improving and becoming more of a positive force, and I'd respond in a way which helped my partner gradually. But this took a lot of time. So the relationship I'm in now is the first relationship where both of us have been working on ourselves in the manner that worked. Like I can't say my ex-partners or me when I was younger with my ex-partners. I can't say we weren't trying to work on ourselves. It's just we didn't really know the tools or the skills or the answers. My ex-partners are lovely people. I have just good feelings towards them. They're all lovely, but there's also a younger version of myself and I didn't know things too. I was acting unconsciously, and I had a lot of like childhood trauma, and a lot of like sort of, what's the word, like conditioning or programming, but especially trauma. Just I've been open-minded for a long time and I've been learning for a long time, but some things are like deep-seated and it's hard to uproot them and get them out of you. But yeah, I'll talk more about this in another video. But yeah, like the last thing I was going to say originally at the beginning of the video is sometimes it is a time and a place to break up and to uncouple. And if you can uncouple consciously without the typical conflict and like hard separation stuff that happens, that'd be wonderful if possible. At least neutral vibes, or as decent heart-centered vibes as possible. We can only do our best and what we're capable of at this moment. So just wanted to share it in also. Sometimes we've got to protect ourselves, especially if it's what someone's called more destructive behavior or narcissism or that type of stuff. I was just going to keep my videos short because people tend to have a short attention span, so to speak, on YouTube. But I do have a Patreon page, which you can go down below, where I have an Insiders Club, where basically you can support me on Patreon, and then I like give much deeper, more conclusive, even like much higher quality, so to speak. Like I love my YouTube videos, but more attention and focus and special energy there. But yeah, check out my descriptions below, befriend me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'd love to hear you, or send me a personal message, or if you have any questions or comments, that'd be awesome. Other than that, feel welcome to like and share the video if you like the video, if you feel like it. Thanks, and have a beautiful day. Lots of love and care.